Well, I mean, I was trying to almost close the show off early there, Jace, but it's a very good point.
You never want to go early. That's one thing I've learned in life. One of the lessons.
So, Scorching Stumpers. Where did that idea come from? Scorching Stumpers. Wowee. Stumpers.
Again, I was lying awake at night. And
you just finished watching the Shadow Celt races?
No, they were on loop. So Scorching Stumpers with the flames around them. We've discussed these in the form preview, but for those who just want a little nugget size,
little nugget.
I know we're going to cut this up into parts and pieces as that kid said on that ad. Was that about clean? That was a long time ago. Race 1, first Scorching Stumper. Right. Early cash suggests that Curly keeps the leading slot, but is there some chance Jackie B can cause a twist of plot? And I know the answer. You don't think. Number one, do you think Jackie Barker with So What will have a little half? I don't think there's any point in having a half look. Will she have a crack or not for a start?
No. Sorry, she'll go forward, but she won't be crossing Curly James. She might have a crack, but it's not going to matter. Curly James will lead.
Yeah, I probably agree. I'm not totally convinced it couldn't really get. Yeah.
I mean, I'll say 90.
It's unlikely to happen.
I'll say 90% confidence rating. 9 times out of 10, Curly James holds it out.
Yeah, more like 70.
Right.
If they both had a real crack. Race 3, second of the Scorching Stumpers, brought to you by Bond Codes Industries, Pacesetters and Tuntai Off, and the Golden Boys. Operative should cross at start, which I've convinced you of, hopefully. But will he hold or hand? And if he lets one take the top, will that be pie or dance? You believe it will be the first dance.
I think it'll be, I was going to say handing up to the first dance. That's ridiculous. It'll be handing up to the first dance.
Will he hold or hand? I'll dance. So that's what we're thinking.
Hand up to dance. Yep.
I actually really like your, because this is the way my beautiful mind works. Beautiful, or other people would call it something else. Give me the percentages again. Operative leading and holding the lead.
15.
Handing up to dance.
80.
So, and 5% left for Tiger Pop?
Everything else.
I like that. Everything else. Race 6, third quarter.
I feel like I'm being a little bit of Blake about this. I am just throwing it out there, and then I'm thinking to myself, do I really believe that, or am I just?
Well, Blake was a very,
and then I'm just backing myself in saying
you can follow worse people in.
No, true. No, I do.
I like the way you said I feel like 4 times. Well, I'll here's a scorching stumper.
Yep.
Race 6, just before the 3/4 time oranges. Does Snoozer rate Hair Phoenix high enough to park the fave? And if so, is it fair to say the muscle man's a lay? You don't know. You're in two minds about this, aren't you?
No, you've half convinced me earlier. I would have originally said no, he won't be parking the favourite, but you've totally convinced me. So now I think he's a very good chance to park the favourite.
So tell me, final question on this Scorching Stumper. Yep. Final stumper on query question. With everything you now know or have been convinced about, what price, because we've got a separate thing going in this race, what price should He's or Muscle start?
Should. Okay. 220.
Chew for 22.
220.
And it won't, will it?
Probably not. The locomotive, $4, and Hef Phoenix, $6.50.
And we'll wind up. I'm looking forward to that red wine. Race. Final Scorching Stumper.
All right, second final one.
Yep. Enormous 8-layered podcast. Will the battler cross and set a cat among the birds? This pigeon's didn't start to rhyme. Or does the 2-chain Albie still possess his early burn? And like, I think you're staying out of this pretty much altogether, aren't you?
So what are you talking about? What race are we at?
We're up to race 10.
Race 10. Oh, sorry, we go to the last.
Well, there's 10. Hang on a sec. There's 10 races on the card. This is right. Yep. It's the ultimate. you want it again? Will the battler cross and set a cat among the birds, or does the two-chain Albie still possess his early bird and Cody Winnell? Now that I told you nearly asleep.
Aussie battler will. No, I'm just questioning the way that was intro, Jay. So I think Aussie battler will lead, and I think Crime Rider will be on its back.
I haven't hosted too often. I don't know. I'm still learning the trade. They're the Scorching Stumpers.
That's good. They're good scorchers. And I tell you what, it's good that we discussed that in the longer version of the show, which the long-time listeners will have just heard for the last couple of hours. But they were good because it is a long time.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. Do you not have the Tag Tie-Off podcast? I really like it. Now, they were all mine this week, as they always used to be on a little show called Burning Questions, which Doc does now very, very well.
Yep.
But if you want to throw a couple in every week,
all right,
because I might have missed a couple of races that you're more interested in, but we'll
and here's one.
Work in progress.
I might throw in a couple of non-trots ones too, just some pop culture, bit of random sort of shenanigans. Like, did you prefer the Samboy or the Gobbledock one? What were they? The Smiths?
Well, Samboy. You might have to come up with questions that are hard. So can we nearly guarantee before we wind up? Now I promise you, this is the wind up. We'll start with some bigger panel shows and topical discussions beyond what we did this week.
Absolutely be doing that. My oath we will, and we're looking forward to having a couple of guests on. We've got a pretty good contact book each, Jason. I think we can get a few guests on for a bit of a yak.
Well, after losing the phone so many times, it might be a bit. Don't put it in the cloud. But finally, you've introduced a couple of new segments.
Yep.
I reckon when we get the guests on, at least every now and then, if not every week, do you reckon a personality quiz, like a 20 questions, we do 10 each?
Yeah,
or
we can do that.
Maybe even a trivia as well.
Bit of trivia, bit of find out a bit more about them. This is about bringing people to life, Jace. Bringing characters
a bit of this,
to
a bit
life.
of that,
Bit
of bliss, a bit of Scotty Stewart, a bit of red and white, a bit of Kilmore Cup, a bit of Eddie Knight. Geez, I was on actually then.
That was just magnificent. A couple from from the glory days in Bit of Bliss.
Is that
Scotty Stewart and
Glory Days? That's the boss, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, I think.
Yeah,
it is. All right, J-Bon, that's been sensational stuff. Good luck Saturday night to all, and to all a good night. Thanks for listening
we'll dominate
and
this
watching.
time. See you, mate.
Rock on.